Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome on this special, exciting episode of Youth Matters with me, your host Sakina Habib. Today's program is quite exciting and it's super intriguing. I have been postponing this program for a very long time. There were a lot of things that came in between, but this is something that really needs to be spoken about. And can you guess what that is? We have to talk about the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup that took place in Qatar in 2022. And this really inspired so many people around the world. And I thought that this is something that we need to talk about because it had a lot of key lessons for the Muslim community, for Muslims in general, all around the world. And I have a very special guest who will be joining me today. The speciality about this guest is that he went to Qatar and he was present there live, and he witnessed everything. It was super exciting. So we want to know from his perspective what was the feeling like, what was the aura like, what was the hospitality like in Qatar. And also, just to add that in the history of FIFA, Qatar is the first Muslim country to host the event. 2022's FIFA World Cup has been very interesting. As a Muslim, the FIFA World Cup Qatar of 2022 is by far the best World Cup that portrays true Islamic identity to a large extent. And it changes the view of many non-Muslims around Muslims. The entire world, with its diverse cultural and religious differences, is represented in the Islamic country called Qatar. From the incredible opening of Morgan Freeman and Ghanim Al-Muftah to the very last penalty kick, this World Cup really stole our hearts. The thrill, the excitement, the tears, the cheer, all of it was incredible. It was just a different kind of experience. And for someone like Rohail Ali, who's present today on my program, who watched and experienced it live, is indeed a privilege. Without much further ado, I would like to welcome Rohail Ali on board. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sakina. Thank you for having me here, and it is very exciting to be here, and looking forward to it.
I am more than super excited. And when you told me that you went to Qatar and I saw your amazing pictures that you posted, it was like, wow, like you're there present at the stadiums and you're experiencing the live aura. So first, tell me a little about having visited Qatar for the FIFA World Cup 2022. What was it like for you to witness such an event taking place for the first time in a country in the Middle East?
Well, I would like to say only one word here, and that is incredible. I mean, I had doubts before going to Qatar, and I was discussing with my friends that maybe it's going to be a bad decision to go there because it's just a very small and tiny country, and controlling 1.5 and 2.5 million people over there is going to be a challenge, not for only government, but the people themselves over there.
Yes.
But what I have witnessed over there, it was incredibly amazing. And what I really liked about it, that they were not panic at all.
Yes.
They were very welcoming. Everybody was smiling, even the security, even the police, even what can I say? Even a little guy who's cleaning the road beside your accommodation. He's so gentle with you, and they all were in a welcoming mode. So it was the very first day when I was there, when I got out of the airport and going through to my accommodation. It was very exciting to see everyone so happy, so gathered, and that's the moment I realized that I made a very good decision to go there.
That's excellent. That's great to know. How do you think, in terms of hospitality, this year's World Cup, of 2022, was a bit different from the rest?
Yes, it is actually. Before Qatar 2022 World Cup, the countries who hosted the FIFA World Cup was Russia, Brazil, United States of America, and I will say that all the European countries, because they are very used to of it. The football tournaments, they every year they are scheduling matches, tournaments, so they are very used to of it. for a country like Qatar, who is very small in terms of the size, in terms of the only one city they have, the capital Doha. There were no
exactly.
other cities where they can accommodate people there.
True.
So it was, I mean, only Qatar can do that.
Yes.
Only they can pull it off. So it was really, really, really nice to see, and such a Muslim country who crosses everyone,
Yes.
and become number one into the race.
Race.
It's remarkable.
Yes, I wanted to add this point that
Yeah.
many people around the world have this impression about
Yes.
the Middle Eastern countries that they're very limited and that they're not very open, and probably they do not have a lot of facilities because of
Yes.
the fact that it's a deserted country.
Exactly.
So people have this image that people ride on camels, for
Yes,
example.
that's true.
I have always been mocked about this as well.
I can understand that.
When you used to go to school, were
Yeah.
you like riding on camels? And
You
going
born
to-
here, right? In Saudi Arabia? Yes.
So I tell them that no, that's
Yeah.
not the case. It's not like if we're living in the desert, in the
Yeah.
Sahara desert. So that's how people go to school and stuff.
Actually, I born in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and my father used to work in Saudi Aramco, and we lived around like 15 to 18 years over there. So I can witness that if I talk about the Saudi Arabia, back in 80s and 90s, they think that nobody has to come to our country and we are the best amongst everyone, which was wrong. They have to realize that if they want to walk with the world, they have to let people in. And now the Middle East actually doing it.
Yes,
They are it's just a month now. I think it's just a week after the World Cup over.
Yeah.
We heard the news that Cristiano Ronaldo joined Al Nassr club.
Yes, and that's
I mean, people were just not ready for it, and suddenly they heard the news that Cristiano Ronaldo is playing for the Al Nassr.
Yes.
And now the rumors are going that Messi is also going to join Al
is it?
Hilal.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So now the Middle East started to surprise the world.
Yes.
They are telling, they are clearly giving the message that this is the center of the world.
Yes.
If you want to get entertained, if you want to spend your good income here,
Yes.
and if you want to run a business, you have to come into the Middle East, not only Dubai, but the
Yes.
whole GCC countries. They are ready.
Exactly. Let's talk about the most exciting highlights according to you during this World Cup. Of course,
What
there's
can I
a
say?
lot to talk about, but yes.
What can I say? I think the whole tournament was pretty exciting. It was phenomenal. I mean, but what I really like about it, that when the matches were taking place, the people were in a very happy mood. They were not very competitive. They were not usually it happened in Brazil, in Russia. For example, Serbia and Switzerland,
Yeah.
they are rival in football, and also they have a pretty bad history in Europe. So after the match, people usually witness that they actually got into fight and try to say each other bad words, but
Yes.
nothing happened in Qatar whatsoever. It's not because of the security, but the people actually were in a very comfortable mood, that they were enjoying everything apart from the results, apart that their team is losing or winning,
Yeah.
but they all were enjoying. So this was incredibly done. I think 30 days without any hassle.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, indeed. That's a very good point that you highlighted. I would like to mention a few points that I really found exciting about this World Cup. The fact that this was the first World Cup that drew people's attention, because at the opening ceremony, the famous American actor
Yes,
Morgan Freeman
yes.
was present
Legendary.
on. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
legendary moment. He was
Yeah.
present on the grounds of Al Bayt Stadium, and this boy Ghanim Al Muftah,
Yes,
the
he
Qatari
surprised
young
me,
boy,
yes.
although he was handicapped.
Yes.
But
yes.
he recited the holy verses of the Holy Quran.
And what a beautiful verse was it.
It was a beautiful
Amazing.
verse.
Subhanallah,
I want
subhanallah.
to read that because
Yes, please.
it is an international verse that connects everybody around the world, and it's of Surah Al-Hujurat, verse number 13. So the ayat, the verse is from Surah Al-Hujurat, verse number 13, and it's such a beautiful verse. It says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم Inna Allaha alimun khabir. And it says, the translation says that, O humanity, we created you from a male and a female and made you into peoples and tribes so that you may get to know one another. Surely the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous among you, because Allah is truly all-knowing and all-aware. And it was so interesting because when Morgan was communicating to that boy,
Yes.
That's how he was asking that, how can we connect all cultures and languages and countries together?
Yes.
And that's what the boy said, that, in the Holy Quran, it is mentioned that, we all come together when we give respect and tolerance to somebody. These are
Absolutely.
the two qualities that every country should have to welcome people from different cultures, from different backgrounds, people from different walks of life.
That's
I
true.
found this very, very inspiring.
Amazing start. I mean,
Yeah, this was an amazing
yes.
start.
Yes.
Yeah, and apart from this, if we were to talk about how the team of Saudi Arabia played against Argentina, I
That
think
was incredible.
that was incredible.
Yeah, before jump to that, I would like to continue what you were saying.
Yeah.
Actually, Sakina, the thing is that why did I decide to go to the World Cup 2022? Because, I personally believe that education gives you the information, but visual experience develops you as a human being.
Yes.
So it was an opportunity for me to go there and witness something and experience it and become a better human being.
Yes.
And this ayat actually shows that our brothers in Pakistan, our sisters in Pakistan, they need to learn this. They need to implement this into their lives.
Nice,
I actually what I actually witness in Pakistan when I meet with the younger people, a youth of our country, that they are a bit hesitant to engage with other people from the other countries. They are a bit hesitant somewhere.
Yes.
They think that our principles are right and they are not. So we're not going to give it a very much priority to this.
Yeah.
So this is where the problem begins. Actually, we need to understand this ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling this 1400 years before that
exactly.
what we need to do in this world, the harmony, we need to create the harmony amongst the people.
Yes.
And this, if our country, if our boys and girls realize this, I think it will be amazing.
Yeah,
It will do wonders to our country.
Very true.
Yeah,
It will be
and
like-
coming back to the Saudi Arabia win, oh
Yes.
my God! I mean, have you watched any Walt Disney movies? The fairy tales.
Yes, I have.
It was a live fairy tale.
live
We all
fairy tale
have
for
witnessed.
everybody.
Yes.
I know people were shocked around the world because a team such as Argentina is
Yeah,
a
I
very
mean,
strong team.
yes.
Nobody can really beat it. Nobody really imagined it.
Goosebumps.
So the fact that when Saudi Arabia did,
Yeah.
and we know, everybody knows, like Saudi Arabia hasn't been a strong team over the
Yes,
years. You
yes.
know? Everybody knows that.
And can I tell you the one funny fact here? I was sitting in a mall of Qatar. Okay, there was a giant screen, and the match was about to begin, and I witnessed that there were many Saudi people who were wearing Argentina jersey.
Really?
Yeah, they were supporting Messi. And if you ask about them, that okay, what score would you predict? They say 3-1 Argentina, 2-1 Argentina, or 4-0, and they were right. Because nobody can expect that Argentina would lose to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was the last ranked team in the tournament,
Yes.
and their history suggests that they deserve it.
Yes,
But
definitely.
the way Saudi actually played that game and they put Argentina under pressure, I cannot comment on the game because experts can say this. Your father is a very good expert on this.
Yes, yes.
But I can tell you what was the atmosphere around it.
Yeah.
People were shocked. When Salim Al Dosri he scored the second goal,
Yes.
people were literally in shock and they were looking at the clock.
Yes.
The countdown was begin and they were ready to celebrate this victory. I remember when we went into the injury time, all Saudi and all Qatari people
Yeah.
were so thrilled and very quiet.
Very quiet.
I mean, imagine 2,000 people so quiet, they were not making any noise.
noise.
And the moment a referee actually whistled it, oh my, it was a chaos in
Chaos.
Qatar,
Yeah,
and
I can imagine.
everybody was celebrating.
I know. It was really a sight to see.
Yes.
Really. And apart from this, there was something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see how the Japanese fans were cleaning the stadiums.
Yes.
Especially the one after their last game that eliminated them.
Yes.
It was a very humble moment. Like,
Yes,
they are
yes,
so considerate.
Yes, that's what my point is, Sakina. I mean, when you go somewhere where is a diversity, where are so many nations together, you can learn good things from each other.
Yeah.
Okay, we all are human beings. We all share one planet, and we can learn a few good things from the people.
Yes.
And this is what I have actually witnessed it live in front of my eyes. Germany is my all-time favorite team, and since last
I
two
think you
World
were
Cups,
rooting for this one. I was
yes,
going to ask you,
absolutely.
which team were you rooting for?
Yeah, it was Germany.
It was
Yes.
Germany.
So I remember when Ben Khalifa Stadium, it was a game between Germany and Japan.
Yes.
And Japanese fans were they were not in so much quantity, but they were so loud. They were making noise. They were making their presence.
Yeah.
And German actually felt that. And eventually Japan beat them 2-1, and it was a very horrible moment for me.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of reals and seeing Germany losing it against Japan.
Yeah.
But yes, after the game, they all were stayed down. They were cleaning the stadium. They actually bring shoppers with
Brought their own shoppers.
with themselves.
Wow.
So it is an amazing thought.
Okay.
Apart from the result, they wanted to do their part in this World
Very
Cup.
true.
I mean, how beautiful this lesson is.
Exactly.
How beautifully we can develop as Pakistanis, if we want to develop ourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
So it was a very, very learning moment for all of us.
Very well said. Very well said. So now that you mentioned about the team that you were rooting for,
Yes,
Germany.
Germany.
Okay. How do you think they played overall? Like, was there a special player whom you were looking up to, or why were you rooting for this team?
Actually, since I born and the first World Cup, I actually witnessed it. I was a very little, I remember, and it was the 1990 Italy World Cup when Germany beat Argentina 1-0 and they won the trophy. Ever since then, I'm following German football. Bayern Munich is my one of the favorite team, and the quality of the German football is that they always somehow find a way to beat you.
Yeah.
And they always ended up in the best of 3 or the best of 4. They always end up there.
Yeah.
So they are the best team where you can watch the great football,
Yes.
and you can feel the game. And okay, they are not the good ambassadors, I admit that.
Yeah.
But the team is very exciting. So when they won the 2014 World Cup, after that, the German football team hit with the corruption amongst the board and the league. So many people got retired. They just left the team, and there were so disputes. You can experience this it was exactly like Pakistan cricket team. Our cricket board. If you do you follow cricket?
I do. I watch it, but it's not like I'm a fan following person. But I just to keep some knowledge.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, actually, this current government of Pakistan, they actually fired the current chairman who was doing very, very well. As administratively, he was, doing a remarkable job, but they somehow replaced him. Why?
Okay.
Because of the corruption. Same thing happened with Italy, same thing happened with Germany. And that thing actually led Germans down in 2018 World Cup and 2022 World Cup as well. And, so it was a bit shame that I was there and witnessing this, the defeats. But somehow they need to learn this thing that they need to be together. To win more tournaments. By the way, the next Euro Championships is in Germany.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
that's
so
exciting.
inshallah I'll be there.
Really? Wow. That's amazing, mashallah.
Yeah, I wanted to represent Pakistan. Yes.
That's amazing, mashallah. Keep it up.
Yeah.
There was another point. If we're to talk about the Moroccan team.
Oh, they were absolutely great. Amazing.
People were really having high expectations from this team as well.
Yes.
And they were thinking that they might even win the World Cup.
Yes. They gave this threat to every other team that they might win this World Cup, and this time for Africa, in a real way.
Real way. And you know what I really liked? How they were appreciating their mothers.
Yes, absolutely.
I think this is a point that is a very universal message for even our viewers, that they were so humble.
Yeah.
Even though they knew that they were in the spotlight moment, everybody, like the whole world's eyes are on them.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they were hugging their mother, they were praising their mother, they were showing the world that our mothers are everything. And why are we here today? Because of our mother's efforts.
Yes, Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because we need to understand one thing here. If we talk about Pakistani people, or if we talk about the Arab world, okay, when a kid born, we have a very limited sectors for him or
Yes.
for her. Okay, either they become a doctor or engineer or an accountant or a lawyer,
Yes.
and eventually they got married because this is a phase of
Life.
life. So they eventually got married.
Yes.
So this is what our life is all about.
Yes.
We cannot compare our career selection to the people from the West.
Yes.
They have all, what can I say, all the freedom to choose the career.
Yeah.
Whatever they want, they can
They can
become.
become.
But in our countries, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So if a teenage boy who narrate this message to their parents that I want to be a footballer, and
Yes.
those parents actually say back to it.
Yeah.
Okay, and that player go to the biggest stage, beat the biggest team of the tournament.
Yes.
Imagine how important this whole moment for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they have everything to thank their mothers, their fathers, the brothers who supported them, because it is very limited in our
Very
countries.
limited,
It's very limited.
In fact, these footballers, they come from very humble backgrounds.
Yeah.
Messi comes from a very humble background. All these Moroccan players as well.
Yeah.
Like I was reading about this Ashraf Hakimi.
Yes.
His mother was literally a house cleaner.
Yeah.
Imagine, and today that same lady
Yeah.
has become a billionaire.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
This
see
is
how her
a fairy tale.
destiny
Yeah.
has changed within a
Yeah.
second. So there's a lot that we can take from this World Cup. I
Yeah.
honestly learned so many lessons, and I was like, wow. Then this is the first World Cup. Also about the fact that in the
Yeah.
beginning, a lot of Western countries and a lot of Western media
Yes.
had contradictions about
Yes.
Qatar having hosting this World Cup. For example, they banned alcohol, and there were lots of things, and they were
Yes.
like, how is this gonna be possible?
Yeah.
But in fact, it turned out to be such a positive attitude
Yeah.
from the outsiders. They were
Exactly.
like, wow, we actually don't need alcohol to enjoy ourselves.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it was quite hygienic and it was quite
Yeah.
sober.
Yes,
That's what-
absolutely.
yeah.
And they were more focused to the tournament. They were
Yes,
enjoying the
they were
games. They were enjoying the view. They were enjoying the malls. And by inside they were very calm.
Very
You know,
calm, yes.
because alcohol somehow they takes the wild out of you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just don't remember what I was doing at night, and
Yes.
and you do some crazy things. So what I think that all the European and the South American nations, they were actually calm and they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
First time they realized that we don't need this thing.
Yes.
And it is again we should be thankful to Qatar
Yes.
that they did a remarkable decision at the very end, and it was great for them.
Great for them.
Yeah.
Very true. Also, I want to talk about rivalry,
Yeah.
competition. So this is one point that I want to add as well. If you remember, there was a point where Kylian Mbappe and Hakimi exchanged their T-shirts.
Yes.
After they, who had lost? Was it?
Yeah, Morocco lost.
Yes,
against
Morocco
France, yes.
lost, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that Mbappe was representing France, right?
Yes.
And still, he exchanged his T-shirt with Hakimi.
Yeah.
And meaning that he was consoling him and standing out as a friend.
Yes.
Imagine, like they were
Yes.
they're opposite rivals to each
Yes.
other. But you see, like it shows that the friendship, the bond of friendship.
Yeah.
How should it be?
Yes.
Even though you're competing with each other, but you need to have that healthy competition.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Yes.
So this was also one point that I really liked.
Yeah, because Hakimi and Mbappe, they play for the Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, with the same club.
Yes.
Players actually, they do respect each other, but the problem begins with the fans.
Yeah.
The fans actually take the game onto the high level, and they start to abuse each other and this kind of
Yes.
things. But in this World Cup, we didn't see this
See
thing.
this thing.
So it was so amazing that the fans were respecting each other. If you remember, there was a game between Iran and United States of America.
Yes.
It's a high level, temperature game,
Yes.
and Qatar was the security was ready.
Yes.
If anything happened, they can control the situation, and they all were red alert on that time.
Yes.
But was the most amazing thing happened in the stadium and outside the stadium is that the American and Iranian people were together.
Together.
and they were talking, they were just chilling, they were taking selfies, enjoying the malls, enjoying the atmosphere. So why it happened? Because the whole atmosphere actually pushed them in a very friendly, in a friendly manner.
Yeah, in a friendly zone.
I remember, Sakina, when I got out of the airport, I was alone actually, and I knew one thing, that I don't have friends here, but if I don't have any friend, they all are my friend.
True. What a lovely point. That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Really.
So when I got out of the airport, and the first thing I suddenly felt is a bit fear that, okay, I'm alone. I need to get a taxi. I need to go to my accommodation to settle down myself. But the people were there make me feel like a very welcoming, they give me this welcoming feeling. So the entire the trip of Qatar was amazing for me.
I know.
It was an amazing experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little about when Lionel Messi won the World Cup.
Oh,
that was
a dream come true.
It was a dream come true, and nobody. I think people were not really expecting, because Mbappe was really doing so well.
He was a Terminator. I mean, a machine, a living machine.
Yes, he was really like killing it on the field, and you know how that scene was so amazing when he got honored by the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim. And you know how he was donned with the traditional Arab cloak, the bish.
Yes.
It was like people were actually surprised, like, what's happening? This has never, again, this is something that happened for the first time.
Yes, absolutely.
First time that a king was, making this player wear a bish, it's called in Arabic. And there were a lot of commentaries going on around, a lot of commentators that, what's happening? Like, is this something to do with religion? But actually, I just want to inform, and I'm sure you can also add to this point, that, in the Arab culture, when someone gives you this cloak, makes you wear it, it's a symbol of royalty and honor. It's something which is considered something as a very, very high prestige.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it was a very respectful moment for Messi, and Qatar, actually, they didn't stop surprising people even after the last moment when Messi was walking towards to the trophy. The Amir was standing there. He put the bish on his shoulder, and that was, the Western media, especially the British media, they got surprised after every single day. They're getting surprised,
like, what's happening,
Yeah.
This is something new. They were actually trying to put it in a very negative spotlight.
Yes.
I don't know for what reason, but you see, this is how one needs to educate themselves, get to know the cultures, respect different cultures, appreciate, welcome. As I mentioned in the beginning, like that boy Ghanim, that's what he said. He said that, we welcome people just like how we have Beit al-Shab. Beit al-Shab means our Bedouin tent. And whoever comes and visits us, we welcome you. From different backgrounds, cultures. So the message was very well delivered.
I would like to share a little story here.
Yeah, sure.
It was the summer of 2010. I'm sitting at lounge in Karachi, Pakistan, Gulshan Iqbal. My mother was beside me, and my sister-in-laws and everybody. And I'm watching this FIFA conference where they're going to announce the 2018 and 2022 World Cups. Okay, the first envelope, the SAP letter, he opened it and he took the name out, Russia 2018. So it was a very breaking news for me because FIFA controlled by the European countries and especially by England. They are very much involved in it. So Russia getting a big tournament, it was a very breaking news for them. The next World Cup is 2022. They're going to announce that one. So many bidders were there. England was a bidder. United States was a bidder. Morocco, they bid for the 2022 World Cup. And then there was Qatar, who have some thoughts about this tournament. And the most astonishing thing is here that United States of America, they have many stadiums and arenas there. They have their infrastructure ready. But Qatar, their bid was
From
totally
scratch.
dependent on the scratch, and all depending on to the future, that they were gonna build this. They didn't have anything, and they said that we're gonna build this.
Yeah.
And suddenly the subletter take out the envelope and it says Qatar 2022. That moment, Sakina, actually the conspiracy starts from the west side. They couldn't digest it, that how FIFA did that decision. I mean, it's humiliating to us, and it should not be like this and that. Not only the people from the Pakistan and India, but the people from the west need to learn and need to accept the success of others. That's what my final message is.
And Qatar really did not disappoint anybody at all.
Absolutely. They created two cities, Al Rayyan and Al Khor. They create two cities just to host this tournament. They create the whole metro system, and they develop a new airport. I mean, who else can do that? It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. The amount of effort that was put by Qatar for this World Cup, like, it has really shocked the world.
Yes.
People have no comments. People who experienced it live, of course, like him, can say it better. And people from abroad, from the West, who experienced it, are all just amazed and wow, like, we've never seen such a World Cup.
I mean, they just didn't develop only the stadium, but they developed. They took the chance. Actually, I'm sure that they would have discussed this. Okay, we have the World Cup now. What we can do to betterment of our country within having this World Cup in our country. So they developed their country. They developed the cities and infrastructure along the tournament as well. So how
And
amazing
they
strategy is.
They inculcated their culture.
Yes.
The traditional vibes, like for example, there was this during the opening ceremony, the beginning song, which was done by Fahad Al Kubaisi and by Jungkook.
Jungkook, yeah. Absolutely.
That was something wow, like it was a combination that was just so inspiring. Like, nobody imagined that someone from the West and from the East are coming together. They merged and created this magic together. That's also something that is new.
Yes,
we've not seen it happening, because Fahad was singing in an Arabic language.
Yes.
And the wordings are so beautiful if you see the translation.
Yes.
And Jungkook was obviously singing in English. So that combination was beyond magical.
Yes. The very second day when I got out of my accommodation and I standing on the road, the first thing I wanted to see, not the malls, not the bigger buildings, but I really wanted to see was the culture of Qatar.
Yeah.
So I went to the Souk Waqif. I went there and I saw the culture of Qatar, how they behave, how they dance, what are their expressions when they are in joy. So this is where I understand more, and I'm sure the people from the West even they are looking for that. They are not looking for the big buildings,
No,
they are not looking for the Pizza Hut or McDonald's. They don't want to eat that. They want to experience your culture.
Yes.
So if we take this message to our Pakistan, we don't need to develop much. We just need to express ourselves better. If we do that, I mean, no one can beat Pakistan.
Definitely.
I mean, we can see India. They are India controlling the world because of their culture, because of their strong culture. People go there, people visit them, and they know that they have the history of the music, history of colors. Their, mashallah, the Hinduism is a bit, it's a religion of colors.
Very true.
So they attract other people.
Yes.
But we, Pakistani, we have this thing in our country as well. We can attract many foreigners if we want to.
True.
If we want to.
Very true. Yes, I agree with you. So we experienced a lot of culture, the factor of culture in this World Cup. Like how they were promoting their roots, basically their originality, their authenticity.
Exactly.
And their real true selves. And I think that is something that really stands out.
Yeah, there was a moment when I was coming back from the stadium to my accommodation, and I was sitting in a metro. There was a guy who was sitting in front of me. He was Brazilian, and very next to me, a Mexican.
Wow.
And on my right hand was an Iraqi.
Wow.
So imagine four people from 4 different countries, and they were sharing one dream. So in the end, diversity is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, many people, they actually take diversity as a challenge, as a war. You're not following my principles, I have a right to kill you. That is wrong. That is wrong.
Right.
Enjoy each other differences, and this is the beauty of the life.
This is the beauty. True. Okay, I want to add a point about Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a very
I love
sad
him, by the way.
moment. Of course, who doesn't like him?
Yeah.
He's one of the best players in the
Yes.
history of football. We all know, he's a very well-trained football player.
Yes.
Everybody really loves him. But it was sad to see, particularly Ronaldo, who is very well known as GOAT. Yeah,
Yeah.
GOAT.
Yeah, greatest of all
time. So it was very sad that he had to pack and leave. And the fact that just because of a controversial interview, can you imagine?
Yes,
You
yes.
worked so hard for years, and then just because of something that you said in a controversial interview, your career goes down the lane.
You're talking about the Piers Morgan interview, right? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I watched that interview.
Yeah.
It was not that much controversial. He was speaking from his heart. That's it. He wasn't happy in Man United, and but the British media, they always.
I think it was just like a strategy, because it also happened just a week before.
You can say that, yes.
Yeah, it
You
was
can say that, yes. It was a strategy, yes. Some kind of strategy from the England side.
Yeah.
But yes, it was heartbreaking to see Cristiano Ronaldo. But this is the beauty of the competition.
Yeah.
32 nations were competing for this trophy.
Yeah.
Okay, 31 they have to lose it.
Yeah.
Okay, and one captain will be standing there and lifting the trophy.
Yeah.
And I believe that it was the right captain who lifted the right trophy.
Right.
Messi deserved it.
Yeah, Messi definitely
Yeah,
deserved it.
yeah.
Now I think this it has come down the era of
Yeah.
that craze and obsession for Messi and Ronaldo. Who's the
Yes.
best between the two has finally come to an end.
Yes, we got the answer
We
clearly.
got the answer now. So Messi
Yeah.
really deserved it.
Yes.
And you know what was so sad watching Mbappe be on the stage? He won the golden
Golden Boot Award, yes.
the Golden Boot Award, right?
Yeah.
Which is also again something very phenomenal. It's a big deal, and
Yeah.
he's a young player. He's only
Yes.
23, 24.
Yes. Yes.
Imagine, and he was not so happy. You could see from his expressions, like he
Yeah.
was so disappointed because
Yes.
obviously
He wanted to win.
He
Yes.
wanted to win,
He
and
wanted to
he
win.
was carrying the team of France.
Yes,
You
that's
know?
true. That's
he
true.
was really like it was like him
Yeah.
against Argentina.
Exactly.
That's what I feel.
Exactly. I mean, Kylian Mbappe, just like I said earlier, that he
Yeah.
was a machine. He was a living machine and unstoppable. And he gave a real scare to Argentina.
Yeah, he
and
did.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Messi,
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
won the
supposed to be
trophy.
Messi. Now
Yeah.
let's see what happens in the next World Cups.
Yes,
We're excited in the next World Cup.
Yes.
That will take place in 2026, right?
Yeah, in United States, Mexico, and Canada.
Yeah.
And this time the tournament will be expanded to 48 teams,
Okay.
and 60 matches will take place in United States alone, and 10 matches each in Canada and Mexico.
Okay.
So it's going to be a different tournament. So hopefully we'll be there.
Are you planning
witness
to
it.
go there as well?
Definitely.
Wow.
After witnessing such a tournament in Qatar, I'm going to follow him now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. The next stop is Euro 2024, Germany.
Well, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, Sakina.
It was amazing getting to share this experience with you. Like, as you were conversing, I myself felt that I was present in the World Cup, and it's like you took me with you.
Yeah.
I could literally visualize and imagine whatever you experienced and witnessed. And can you share final few words with everybody?
Yes, actually, there is a message to the audience and to the youth of our country. A few days ago, I had a chance to speak one of my friend, and I was telling my stories to him about the World Cup and how was exciting it is. But he was not very thrilled when he was listening it. So I asked him, why you're not so thrilled? Okay, I understand that you're not following this sport, but is there any particular other reason? He said that I don't know if it is a Hajj or any other holy activity.
Yeah.
I would love to join, but it is a man-made tournament, so why would I be thrilled for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Many people in Pakistan actually think that these are the man-made events. We should not spend our money onto this. But it's about the experience.
Yeah.
The experience brought your vision.
Yeah.
And when you have a broad vision, you can understand life more, and believe me, you can have more fun.
Yeah.
And the positivity actually you can feel it inside.
Yes.
And you can get this positivity when you see something. something incredible.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, we cannot take these man-made tournaments for granted.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and this is my message to the youth, that always go for the broad vision.
Yeah.
Yes, education is very important, information is very should I say vital, but experiencing something by your own eyes is beyond explanation. This is my final message.
This is an excellent advice, something which is very useful, because I totally agree with you. You know, sometimes our youth get held back.
Yes.
They get limited, that, you know, don't cross your limits, don't cross your circle. I think if you want to really learn
Yes.
something in life, you need to, as you said, broaden your vision,
Yeah.
be very moderate, and, you know, experience it. Unless you won't experience, how will you come to know whether that's the right thing for you or not?
Absolutely.
You know, yeah.
And these days we have a very amazing sorcery between us, and that is internet.
Yeah.
With the internet we can do many magical stuff, and I urge our boys and girls that go for it. Whatever your dream is, go and achieve it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Rahel.
Sakina.
It was just my heart. You know, I'm just so happy. I can't express right now.
No, pleasure is all mine. I'm delighted to be here.
Lots of gratitude for this amazing program, and I hope the viewers really will benefit and enjoy today's program. Thank you to Rahel. And thank you to all our viewers for tuning on today's program. I hope you enjoyed. This is your host, Sakina Habib, signing off. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.